Hello dear students, we are doing chapter number 3. Yesterday we studied about resistance, Ohm's law, vector form of Ohm's law. Today we are going to study the combination of resistances and then we are going to solve some numericals on the basis of the same. Combination of resistors. Combination of resistors. Let us take the first one, which is series combination. When we say the resistances are in series combination, when they are connected in this manner, then they are said to be in series combination. Suppose this is the first resistance, this is the second, this is the third, then which of the quantity which is same through them, it is the current. But voltage through all the resistances will be different. Suppose if I take this point as A, this point as B, this point as C, and this point as D, and I have to write the potential difference between A and B, basically VA minus VB. So what will be my answer? My answer will be, since from Ohm's law we write V is equal to IR. In between A and B there is a resistance R1 and the current which is flowing through R1 is I. So what should I write? I should write IR1. In the same manner, VB minus VC is IR2. In the same manner, VC minus VD is IR3. When we add all of them, VB and VB will be cancelled out. VC and VC will be cancelled out. We are going to have VA minus VD. Here if we take I as common, it will become R1 plus R2 plus R3. Now A is the point which is connected to the cell. D is point which is connected to the cell. So basically potential difference between A and D will be equal to the potential difference between the plates of the cell. So it will become V R1 plus R2 plus R3. I is transferred to this side. V upon I. R1 plus R2 plus R3. V upon I is total resistance. Total voltage upon total current is total resistance. Which is what? It is R equivalent is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Is it clear? So in series combination, we calculate the equivalent resistance by this formula. Okay. There are some more points which we should remember. Important points you can say. The first point is, in series combination I am telling, the current through all the resistances is same. Okay. In series combination, current through all the resistances is same. Okay. But it is not necessary that when the current is same, we say that the resistances are in series. Okay. These are the two different things. When the resistors are in series combination, the current will be same. But if the current is same, then we cannot say that resistances are in series necessarily. Okay. Second thing, V is different for different resistances. Okay, for different value of resistances, V is different. But somehow if R1, R2, R3, suppose they are same, it will be IR, it will be IR, it will be IR. The potential difference will also be then same. For same resistance, V is same. Third thing, the voltage, that is a potential drop across a resistor, is directly proportional to the resistance. Okay, since current is same, V is equal to IR. I is same through all the resistances. If this is more, this is less, and this is the least, then what will happen? The voltage drop across this resistance will be more, across this it will be less, across this it will be the least. Okay. Now, if suppose from here, if I want to know what is the potential difference ratio of potential difference. So basically it will be what? R1 is to R2 is to R3. Okay, the ratio of resistances is the ratio of the potential drop across them, and the fourth point is R equivalent is greater than R individual. In series combination, what happens? The equivalent resistance comes out to be greater than individual resistances. Okay, this one, the ratio concept, let me tell you by an example. Suppose this cell is of 12 voltage, right? This resistance is of 4 ohm, this is of 3 ohm, okay? This is of 2 ohm, okay? And this is of 1 ohm. Let this be of 14 volt. Okay, now how the voltage will be divided? Voltage will be divided into the same ratio. The resistance ratio is 4:2:1. 4:2:1. The voltage will be divided in the same ratio. Okay, and sum of all the voltage will be what? 14. Is it clear? The ratio of voltage will be same as the resistance ratio. The resistance is R1 is to 2 4 is to 2 is to 1. Now, if I want to know what is V1, what is the total voltage? 14. Upon what is the ratio sum? 4 plus 2 plus 1, 7. Multiply which ratio we are calculating? 4. What it comes out to be? 8 volt. In the same manner, V2 will be 14 upon 7 multiplied by 2. What it is going to be? 4 voltage. V3 will be 14 upon 7 multiplied by 1. It will be 2 voltage. 8 plus 4 plus 2, if you add them, it will be 14. Is it clear? So this is how we calculate potential drop if it is asked. Potential drop ratio, and from that ratio, the formula is total upon ratio sum. The ratio sum multiplied by the share. What share we are calculating? So we are calculating the first one, and the first one is 4. So we are multiplying it by 4, we are multiplying by 2, we are multiplying it by 1. The corresponding ratio we are calculating, the corresponding values is multiplied. Okay, so this is all the information about series combination. Now let us do the parallel combination. From 2 days I was busy in making paper for online test, and that is why the notes could not be uploaded. But by tomorrow evening, all the 3 parts, means lecture 1, lecture 2 and today's lecture, that is the lecture 3, will be updated in the description of the video. Okay, in the same manner as we have done chapter number 2, in the same manner we are going to do this one. Now second we are going to do it is parallel combination. Parallel combination. What is that parallel combination? Okay, what is that parallel combination? Just see. Now the resistances are connected like this. Okay. Resistances are connected like this with a cell and a key. Okay. Cell is of voltage V. This resistance, suppose it is R1, it is R2, it is R3. Now the total current which is flowing through the circuit, let that current be I. Now at this point, this very point is called junction. Okay, this point is called junction. At junction what happens? Current distributes. Current distribute among its branches. Some current will go in this branch, some current will go in this branch, some current will go in this branch. Okay, so now suppose in this branch the current goes which is I1, in this one it is I2, and the last one it is I3. Okay, I1, I2 and I3. I1 flows, I2 flows, I3 flows. Again they combine and they become I. Now what happens? Current through the resistances are different, but voltage across the resistances will be same. Voltage across the resistors will be same because each resistor is connected to the voltage. Each resistor has its connection towards the voltage. Okay, so voltage across each resistor will same, but current will be different. So for first resistor, for R1, what we can write? V is equal to I1 R1. I1 R1. For R2, what we can write? We can write V is equal to I2 R2. For R3, what we get? V is equal to I3 R3. Okay. From here, if we calculate the value of I1, it will be I1 is equal to V upon R1. It will be I2 is equal to V upon R2. It will be I3 is equal to V upon R3. Now add all of them. What we are going to have? We are going to have I1 plus I2 plus I3, and we are taking V as common. So we have 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. Okay, 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. Now I1 plus I2 plus I3. When we add them, so these three currents will sum up to the net current. It will be capital I, V in bracket 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. Now V is transferred to this side. So I upon V is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. Now what I upon V? What is I? Current. What is V? Voltage. Current upon voltage. Current upon voltage. Just see from here. If it is V upon I, then it will be equal to R. I is transferred to this side. But if it is I upon V, reciprocal of this, so what we are going to have? 1 upon resistance. Here we can write 1 upon resistance equivalent because total current upon total voltage. So it will be what? 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. So this is the formula for equivalent resistance when the resistors are connected in parallel combination. Okay. So this is the formula, and some very important points are there. So we are going to discuss that point also, but some beforehand you have to note it down. Try to make the notes from the video lecture itself, okay? And then after, for definitions, okay, you wait for the PDF. But if you want to note the derivation, you can note. Simply pause the screen, okay? Most of the time I am not in the front of the board while explaining something. So just pause the screen, note down the things. Is it clear? It will help you more. From PDF if you are writing, so basically you are writing from the book only. In the PDF only selected part is there. In the book you have to select some part. So for selection part I am doing. Okay. So from PDF if you are writing, it will not help you. It will be like photocopying. Okay. Without applying your brain, you are just photocopying what is there in the PDF. But if you are writing direct from the video lecture, it will help you. Okay. Pause the screen. Note it down. Okay. Most of the time I just get away from the board so that you can look at the whole derivation, the whole process. Okay, so you should note down the things. Now some important points. Let us discuss. What are the important points? Let us see. The first point. As you see, in this case, voltage remains same because all the resistances have direct connection to the voltage. But current is different for different resistors. If resistors are different, then current will be different. If resistors are same, then current will be same. Okay. Third point. I is actually inversely proportional to R. I is equal to, if V is constant, V is same for all the resistances, then from here I is inversely proportional to the R. And from here what we can say? We can say that I1 is 2, I2 is 2, I3 is equal to 1 upon R1 is to 1 upon R2 is to 1 upon R3. Okay? So, in the inverse ratio of resistance, the current is divided. Because it is inversely proportional. Okay, the resistance which have greater value have less value of current. The resistance which have greater value have less value of current. The resistance which have less value will be having greater value of current. Actually, current gets divided over here. If R1 is more, then less amount of current will be flowing through R1. And from here we used to say that the current always follow the path of short resistance. Maximum current passes through the branch which have the less resistance. Okay? Maximum means most of the current. Fourth point. Here, if you want to calculate the ratio of current we have calculated. Next point is, if we compare R equivalent to R1 and R2 and R3, means R individual, so what we found that R equivalent is actually less than R individual. Whatever will be the answer, it will be the less than R1, it will be less than R2, it will be the less than R3. Okay? So now from here you can have an idea, and what that idea is. Series combination resistance is applied in the case when we want the current to be low, so that the equivalent resistance is greater, and if resistance is greater then the current will be low. Parallel combination resistance is applied when we want current to be equivalent resistance to be less, current to be more. If equivalent resistance is less, V is equal to IR, so obviously current will be greater. Okay, so this is how the combination of resistances in parallel combination is calculated. Now let us solve some questions based on combination of resistances. Let me remove it first of all. Let us start with an easy one. The question is, like this. Suppose this is 2 ohm, this is 3 ohm, this is 3 ohm, this is 3 ohm, this is 1 ohm. Let there be 1 ohm, okay, and let this be also let there be 3 ohm, okay, and let this voltage be of 10 voltage. Question is, first question, R equivalent. Second question, current through 1 ampere. Third question, V across 2. Okay, these are the 3 questions which is being asked from this circuit. Okay, if you don't know how to rectify, how to recognize the circuit which is in series, which is in parallel, then you have to see this question very carefully. First of all, name the points. Let this be A, this be B, this is C, this is D, this is E, and this is F. How many junctions are there in the circuit? How many junctions are there? So there are 2 junctions. One is B and one is E. Why this C is not a junction? Because it is simply a turn. Wire is taking a turn over here. Okay, no other wire is being connected. If 2 wires are connected together, it will not be a junction. Junction when more than 2 wires. 1, 2, 3 wires. Okay, minimum 3 ways should be there. Now what happens? If a current is flowing from here, suppose I, so obviously this current will be divided. Where it will divide? It will go in this branch and in this branch. I1 this side and I2 this side. Again, I1 comes from here, I2 comes from here. They just combine and get the current of I. Okay. R equivalent is being asked, so let us solve first of all for R equivalent only. This 3 ohm, this 3 ohm, this 3 ohm, they are connected in series. This 3 ohm, this 3 ohm, this 3 ohm, they are connected in series. So what is the equivalent resistances of these three? These three. 3 plus 3 plus 3 how much? 9. Is it? 3 plus 3 plus 3 how much? 9. Now 1 ohm and this 9 ohm is in parallel. 1 ohm and 9 ohm is in parallel. What is the equivalent resistance of 1 ohm and 9 ohm? So for these two only, okay? Or suppose, let us make a simplified circuit also. We have been given a voltage of 10 volt, a resistance of 2 ohm. This resistance is of 3 ohm, this is of 1 ohm, and we have calculated and find that this resistance is of 9 ohm. Now 1 ohm and 9 ohm, they are in parallel combination. So for these two, when we solve it, 9 multiplied 1 plus 9 plus 1. How this has come? 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 is equal to 1 by R for parallel combination. If we take the LCM, it will become R1 R2. It will become R2 plus R1. If we do the reciprocal, it will be R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. Okay? So when two resistors are connected in parallel, then what we do? We simply apply this formula, R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. So for these two we are going to have 9 upon 10 ohm. Now 2 ohm, 9 upon 10 ohm and 3 ohm, they are in series. So now what we are going to have? 10 ohm voltage, 2 ohm resistance here, 9 upon 10 ohm resistance here, and 3 ohm resistance here. These three are in series. And if they are in series, then simply R equivalent is given by 2 plus 9 by 10 plus 3. If we take the LCM, it will become 20 plus 9 plus 30 upon 10. 20 plus 30, 50, 59 upon 10. It will become 5 upon 9 ohm. This is the value of R equivalent. Is that clear? This is the value of R equivalent. It is 5.9 ohm. Okay? Okay? Now, moreover, R equivalent has been calculated. This is the answer. Current through 1 ohm resistance. How much current is flowing through this? Okay. First of all, tell me what is the total current? Total current. I will be calculated as V upon R. What is the value of V? It is 10. What is the value of R? It is 5.9. Or we can write 100 upon 59 ampere. This is the total current which is passing. Let us solve the first of all third one. This current is passing through 2 ohm resistance. So what is the voltage across 2 ohm resistance? I am solving the third one. This is the answer of first one. Now I am solving for third one. V is equal to I into R. For which? 2 ohm resistance. So V for 2 ohm resistance, I is what? 100 upon 59. Is it there on the board? Yes. Multiply by what? Resistance 2. It will become 200 upon 59 voltage. 200 upon 59 voltage. This is the voltage across this one. Is it clear? Now just tell me one thing. If across this, the voltage is 200 upon 59, then how much voltage, or leave that how much voltage, I'm removing it. Just remember the total current, it is 100 upon 59. Now, one simplified circuit I have made of this. These three have 9 and this is a 1 ohm. If this is I1, this is I2. So I1 is to I2. The ratio of I1 and I2 will be inverse ratio of resistances. It will be resistance I1 is this, I2 is this, so resistance of this will be in the numerator and resistance of this will be in the denominator. Just see, I1 for these three and I2 for this. So just in the inverse ratio it is there for the current. So 1 upon 9. What is the value of, this is the ratio of current. Now we have to get the value of I2. How it will be? Total current is what? Total current is 100 upon 59 upon ratio sum. 9 plus 1 how much? 10 multiply by what share is there? That is a 9th share. So it will be 100 upon 59 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 9. 1010 will be cancelled out. It will be 90 upon 59 ampere. So this is the value of I2. Okay, what we have been asked. So this is how we solve the numericals. Okay, you must have solved the questions in class 10th also. Okay, they are the same. Okay, in the same manner we used to proceed. So you better go to your book, solve combination of resistances. Tomorrow means in the next lecture we will discuss more about this one, how the combination is being solved. Okay, some typical questions we are going to take. Then after we study Kirchhoff's law, then after cell, then after so many things. Okay, in the chapter so many things are there. So we'll solve that. And one more thing, today only 10 students have attempted the test. Tomorrow before 10 am, the result will be sent to their mail as well as in the group also. Okay, thank you.